Our next issue of concern is growing of industrial hemp, legislating the property setback requirements and right to farm. Parker, give us a little background on this.
So not a new issue, maybe a new crop, but definitely not a new issue here in Maryland with trying to have setback requirements. So last year we saw a bill that, well actually we saw two bills, both trying to legislate property setback requirements as it pertained to industrial hemp. Obviously with the expansion of the Farm Bill, we've seen a growth in hemp here in other parts of the country, and so you know, that's something new for a lot of neighbors that they've not experienced before, have not smelled before or seen before. And so there were two bills to try to increase the setback requirement from those fields. And so obviously we had opposed this, and both bills died in committee. But you know, we anticipate that, you know, we'll see more bills like this, or, you know, growing issues, growing concerns around industrial hemp. So Colby, I'm gonna kick over to you for some overview of our policy, and then we'll talk about some of the questions we hope to have answered on industrial hemp.
So obviously our policy is very clear that we support the right of Maryland farmers to grow it as an agricultural crop. And I think that's very important because we do consider it an ag crop. It's no different than growing corn or soybeans or growing wheat or barley. So because it's considered an agriculture crop, it also falls into that right to farm. And so if all of a sudden they're asking for a 2-mile setback from a field that's growing industrial hemp, you know, what's next? Is it commercial chicken farms be next? How far do we got to have a setback from a poultry house? Or if there's another crop that comes down the line that they don't like, maybe it's a crop that uses dicamba, and all of a sudden now we want to ban dicamba, so we're going to put a 2-mile setback to growing soybeans and spraying that. So it's just a stair step. So yeah, today it's industrial hemp. Tomorrow it could be one of the other ones. So if you look at our right to farm section, we have a pretty extensive amount. We recognize that we want to be good neighbors, but we also know that if we're going to continue to grow the food and fiber for not only Maryland, but for the country and the world, we have to have the ability to farm without all the regulations and restrictions and setbacks. And so I think we have that, but you know, is it strong enough? Is the just landowner to landowner nuisance lawsuit reduction enough? Or should we be looking at legislative support as well? So what do you think? Do you think we ought to do some additional stuff on that, or what are you seeing?
Well, I think that's a great question for our counties to answer. And so, you know, to the main points here that, you know, we hope counties have discussion this fall during their policy development meetings are, you know, does the policy adequately cover the industry, or is there additional policy needed to better assist our hemp growers in the state of Maryland?
Yeah, and so if you have any additional questions or concerns or want some more specific information, just give Parker or I a call and we'll help you out.